Today's topic is going to be on financial wellness and stress, a topic that everybody should be listening to tonight. My name is Celia Cullimore. I'm the proud founder and senior project manager for Bajan Fusion. Bajan Fusion is a fitness lifestyle event management service helping you get fit for life through engaging events that fuse entertainment, education, and excitement. So I'm here tonight with Marcia Armstrong, the proud founder and CEO of A Purpose Life. Marcia, before we get into deep conversation, talk to our audience about yourself. Talk to us about A Purpose Life, the work you're doing in helping individuals and businesses better manage their finances and overall well-being.
So, number one, thanks for having me here. It's really a pleasure to be here with you in person. But as Celia would have mentioned, I am the founder of A Purpose Life, and we are a financial wellness practice. We serve corporate professionals. We serve and entrepreneurs and small business owners in regards to providing strategic financial education. We help you to be able to do behavioral money coaching, and we offer corporate wellness workshops, and this is across Barbados and the region, so your girl has been outside. So what we do as well is that we to help people to stop surviving their money and help people to actually steward it.
I like that. From survival to stewardship.
That's right.
Break that down, please.
So the thing is that a lot of us would have learned about money in childhood, whether what we would have heard about money, seen about money, experienced. So many of us know just how to get through a day or get through a week or just to survive. Work hard, pay your bills. But stewardship is about understanding what are the resources that you have been given and how are you able to find the right mindset to money. How can you make money? How can you manage money? And how can you multiply it? So therefore, if you're able to steward the little, you're able to produce a lot more.
I love that. Clock it.
Come on.
So pretty much financial wellness is really taking ownership of your finances, but you're taking ownership of your full life. You are managing all aspects of your life, and financial wellness is definitely one of them.
Yes.
And one of the areas that people struggle with. So we're going to go a little deeper now into the topic. So Marcia, many people don't immediately connect finances and wellness. How does financial stress impact a person's mental, emotional, and even physical health?
So what I would say, because money is something that we walk with every single day, which means that when it comes to money stress, this is something you are literally carrying. So when it comes to the emotional side, we have to look at our mood, our behaviors in regards to how we feel, whether it's anxiousness, whether it is fear, whether you feel nervous, right? Some people are indifferent to money. So it's about understanding at the core, why do I actually look at money and treat money the way that I do? And then when we look at the mental component, again, a lot of the things we would have grown up with understanding from our childhood, right? Things that we would have been born into. And what happens is that even as we become adults, we never challenge it. So therefore, we carry on traditions that no longer serve us. And because that we might be operating in a level of scarcity, you believe that there's money is not abundant. So you're afraid to make moves. You're afraid to invest. You're afraid to take risks. And therefore, you live your life pretty much at a particular stagnant state because you are afraid for what's on the other side. But money as well affects you physically, because when we look at the physical component, as a man thinketh, so is he. So when I look at the physical component, this is where now money would affect every single aspect. Whether you're not sleeping at night, whether it's affecting your relationships, whether it affects your blood pressure, your health, right? Because you're studying about things. And what happens is that we tend to like future pace ourselves years from now, or we look at what other people have going on and compare our lives. And therefore, by taking on all of these things, remember again how we think, it first starts in the mindset and then it affects your body physically. So when you're able to get to a place where you are in control of your money, where that you understand that money serves you, you don't serve it, then once you shift that dynamic, you're able to show up confidently and empowered in your money journey.
Preach, sister. I mean, I could listen to this woman all night. But Marcia, you made such valuable and valid points. everything that you said reminded me of my early journey in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Where, you're starting out in business, you trying to just make things happen, and cash flow.
Yeah, boy.
Cash flow is a thing, right? And I remember my energy was very different early in the business, where you ain't got much money, you're cutting and you're contriving,
That's right.
your friends hanging out, you're doing all these things, and you can't do all these things. But I wasn't connected. I wasn't educating myself the way that I needed to. But as time went on, I said, this cannot be me.
No.
This cannot be me anymore. How do I have a better relationship with money?
Yeah.
How do I start to understand money and release as
Yes.
well? And I think when I started
That's
to
important.
release and not focus on making money, I
Right.
just wanted to focus on getting better, improving myself, improving my health, improving the way I do business, improving relationships. And I think that when I started to understand money, understand the flow of,
Yes.
man, I honestly do not allow money to control me anymore.
And the thing is, right, sometimes you have to grow through something, not go through it. Grow through it, because these things actually give you stepping stones for your next. So sometimes in life, right, when we go into the testings and the challenges, we ask ourselves, why me? But you ask yourself, why not me?
Yeah.
Because there might be something in you that you don't know you carry unless you're actually going through a testing period. So
Yeah.
everything that we do go through builds our character.
Oh my gosh. And for those who are on the chat, right, drop in the comments. Are you struggling? Are you having challenges with money? And what would you want Marcia to say to you? Do you have a question for Marcia? Feel free to drop it in the comments. So Marcia, what are some of the most common financial challenges or habits you see affecting people today?
So first I would say operating without a plan. Sometimes we have many goals, right? We want to do a lot of things, especially at the beginning of the year. We have this new year, new me type of mindset, resolutions, but by February, March is going through the door. So living without a plan. Remember, again, you have to have a vision. There should be something pulling you forward. So if you have a goal that does not have a deadline attached to it, it's really a wish. All right.
If you have a goal with no deadline attached to it,
it is really a wish.
It's a wish.
All right. So remember, again, when we assign timelines, it gives a level of urgency. So we can't say we want to achieve certain things if you do not have a plan. You need to know what your numbers are. All right. When you know your numbers, then you can make informed decisions, and it puts you in a scenario as well where when opportunities come, they don't miss you. All right. So then secondly, we have to look at emotional spending. Now, when it comes to spending is a role of money. There's nothing wrong with spending. However, there's a difference between impulse spending and then spending according to your values. So one of the things I normally will go to a person is to understand what are the things that actually bring you joy, because we all know we're not just created to just work hard and just pay bills. You have to have balance in there. However, are you spending according to value? Because when you spend according to values, you are able to still achieve the financial goal and still live. But when you impulse buy, it means that it is taking you away from what your overall vision is. So that's to be considered. And a very big one I would say is this, right? We have money personality types. People might not be aware. But one of them is being a money avoider. So what does a money avoider do? You don't open that bank account. You don't look at your bank statements. You don't look at your credit card statements. You don't ask for a receipt when you spend that money. Receipt, I can't even spell it. So you don't ask for a receipt. You don't look at your online banking. So this is someone pretty much who avoids anything relating to their finances. They know how to receive the money, how to spend the money, but they don't know how to manage it. And therefore, when you operate within a little bubble, as I call it, it is about coming to an acknowledgement of where you are at. Because in order for me to get to a place where I can achieve a goal, I need to know my starting point.
Yes.
And when I know my starting point, then it allows me to know what is the gap between where I am now and where I want to go. And therefore, the assistance that you can get becomes a bridge. But if you don't know your starting point, it's kind of hard to measure your beginning from your ending.
Marcia, man, people put some hearts in the chat, please, because my sis is breaking it down. Such valuable information. And Marcia, for someone feeling overwhelmed financially, what are 2 or 3 simple steps they can start taking immediately to regain clarity and control?
What I would say is the first, acknowledge your numbers, right? Know what your numbers are. Your numbers tell you a story. If you take a moment, your numbers actually tell you a story. Your numbers show you you. And therefore, when you take a moment, look at your statement, look at your spending patterns, what is your actual money telling you? What is your money telling you? It's like lifting up a mirror and actually looking at what it is saying. So it's the first acknowledge what your numbers are, then that will determine, how much savings you can set aside. Can I invest this year? Can I go and change on my vehicle? Whatever that goal may be, maybe starting a business or even scaling and growing it. What can I do based about acknowledgement first? Because I can tell you when it comes to finances, there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of embarrassment, there's a lot of guilt. We have to recognize this and recognize it very clearly. You are not your money decisions. You are not your money mistakes, right? Your identity should never be in money, because if you identify yourself with money, it has become your God. And anything that you serve, right, literally is your God. So therefore, it's to understand my money is an object. It is a tool to be used. Remember again, money has no feelings, money has no emotions, but you do. And therefore, when you are aware of self, therefore your money has no choice but to come into line. All right, that's number one.
You know what song came to mind? Those
What song? No problem.
Jimmy Needham. Anything I put before my God is an idol.
Yes.
That song is so powerful. Yes. Marcia, continue.
All right. And then what it would say secondly as well too is to give every dollar a job. So I normally say give your money a job description. It needs to know how it's being operated. When money comes in, how do you split it? So before money is spent, before that money hits that account, you should be telling your money where to go on paper. Not that money comes in on Friday and leave on Monday and you're worrying or wondering where did it go. Or how some people will say, you look at your pay slip or you look at your financials and you say, well, all this money passed through my hands, and you're looking around,
but you can't find it.
You can't see where this money went, right?
Yeah.
So it's about understanding, give it a job, because when the money has a job, it is not confused, because confused money can't get to a goal. So therefore, money has to have strategy, it has to have intention, and it has to have focus.
So everything that you're saying is the journey I have been on. And we've had these conversations every once in a while in terms of, where I was 2 years ago versus where I am now. And it's really just about building and growing and going to the next goal and the next goal.
That's right.
But in order to get to that goal, there are things that you have to do. There's a discipline that you have to have.
Sure.
You must be consistent
That's right.
with your journey as well.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for that, Marcia. And how important is financial education and planning in helping people build healthier and more balanced lives?
So knowledge is power. When you are aware of a process, then you're able to do things a little bit differently. So when you don't know knowledge about certain things, like financial literacy is a lifelong journey. Financial literacy is not a one-off. It is something you have to embed in your daily routine, the way that you think, the way that you move, the way that you speak, the way who surrounds you. So education is very, very important. And I always say this, right? Prepare for what you expect. Prepare for what you expect. If you say to yourself that you want to invest, for instance, right? Have you started to actually research the investing in Barbados or even elsewhere? Have you started to actually research what investing is, which companies offer investments, what type of investment you want to do? Because we can't keep doing lip service to the vision. We've got to be able to walk out what it is that we say we're going to do. So I don't want you to become a library though, meaning that you just taking information and don't implement it.
Correct.
Because information not applied does not bring transformation. So it's about understanding what areas do I have to become well versed in, have an understanding about, so that I am able to break cycles, because money in itself is a lot of generational cycles, right? And if you take a little closer look to family, take a little closer look within your family line, you will realize that you were not the first one that did it in the family, but you can be the one that ends it, because you have knowledge, right? So it's about understanding, okay, what are the aspects of financial literacy that you have to have in place? Because once you have that knowledge and that education, you are able then to become more confident, you're able to trust your decisions, and you're not leaning on people to make a next move, but you know within a shadow of a doubt, okay, I know that this encompasses this, I can do X, Y, Z, and etc. Also as well, when you learn something, when you learn something, you teach other people that you know, because every time you teach something, you learn twice. All right, you learn twice. And it's about understanding as well that education should not stop at you. Your life should be a testament in regards to the things that you're actually adding in regards to knowledge over the years, right? Remember again, what you do in your 20s is not what you were doing in your 30s and your 40s. But I also want to add a point here as well, Celia, because when we think about education, we always think about the traditional ways of learning. I would say go back to the elders. Go back to the persons who were before us, right? Because they had many things happening, but they were able to really and truly be resourceful in spite of. And with everything that is happening now, with our economy and cost of living, things becoming, everybody is like crying out saying this thing is expensive. The question I would say is that in your mindset, how can you shift the mindset to say, okay, instead of me just cutting back, how can I actually increase my income? Right? How can I shift the way in which I think in regards to that? So forget educating in regards to financial literacy. You can read books. There are literatures. There are books out there. You can join podcasts. You can listen to podcasts as well. You want to follow people in the space, right? Follow all of what we call the financial institutions in Barbados. Know what's going on. Know what products and services that they're offering. Don't think that education has to be traditional because we're operating in an age now that is digital. Everything is very quick. Till your finger, you can press a button and get knowledge, but continuously learn. Don't think you've ever arrived when it comes to finances. Don't think that because you earn a lot of money that it means that you're good. You can have a high income and still be financially illiterate. And a person who works for less money than you is actually better on paper versus the person who makes the 6 figures and 7. Just a word to the wise.
Love it. And Marcia.
Yes, please.
With all that you have shared, why was it important for you and A Purpose Life to join Bajan Fusion for our 2026 fitness party in observance of Global Wellness Day and Men's Health Month?
That was an easy yes. Let me just start there. It was a very easy yes to definitely be a part of this event. And it's to understand as well, too, that when we look at financial wellness, when we look at wellness as a whole, it's holistic in nature. You can't do one without the other parts, right? So it makes sense, especially for the event as a fitness party where persons will come and get different aspects of well-being in the same space, right? So this was an easy yes for me because when your body is where it's supposed to be, when your health, your physical health is where it's supposed to be, your mind is where it's supposed to be, your emotions is where it's supposed to be, when everything is in sync, right? There's really nothing that you really can't do because you understand the balance and the intricacies and how everything has synergy. So there's really not one without the other. So an initiative like this is definitely something I think we have to have a lot more of. So persons can really fully understand, okay, you might be good in one area, but have you looked at the deficits that might occur in another area? So it's just the holistic approach to wellness as a whole, where we're looking at the entire being and we're not just separating one thing.
Absolutely. And Marcia, you have a few prizes that you're going to be offering at our fitness party. Share with them the 2 prizes because we want you to register to sign up for the fitness party.
You need to register. All right. So in regards to the prizes, we have a money clarity session. So this is a personal finance offer where someone will be able to get a 60-minute consultation with me, and we will go through your finances on that personal finance side. But then we also have the can't leave out our business people. Come on. So we also have the MSME money clarity session as well, which is a 2-hour session where we do an actual audit. So we look at your pricing and costing, we look at your TAMIS and your NAS, we look at your tax obligations or your structure, and we go through everything so that you're able to have a plan in regards to how you would actually run your business.
So if you are individual, employee, entrepreneur, you definitely need to join us for Bajan Fusion Fitness Party happening next Saturday, June 13th, in observance of Global Wellness Day and Men's Health Month, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Main Guard and Clock Tower, Historic Garrison, Savannah. $50 adults, that's inclusive of registration. You're going to get a bottle of water, you're going to get fruit, you're going to get nuts, healthy snacks. Then the first 30 people who register, right, they're going to get access to our wellness passport, which opens you up to even more prizes and giveaways. And one of our colleagues, the Golden Spoon, the first 30 registrants, they also get a gluten-free treat.
Oh, nice.
Remember, so holistic wellness,
Yes.
we're including physical activity, we're including finances, we're including nutrition, we're looking at all elements of it. And you have to be in it to win it.
That's right.
Visit our website, www.bajanfusion.com/events. Click on the book now form. Drop down menu, find fitness party, complete the form. Once we receive that, we're going to send you our bank transfer details. You make your payment, we follow up with you, and you're in and you are ready to join us on Saturday, June 3rd, Bajan Fusion Fitness Party. Marcia, so before we close, I just want to first thank you. Every time we connect, I mean energy.
All the time.
Energy, and because you're so well versed in the space, the value that you add to the marketplace, and I know that persons who were listening this evening, and I hope that you've received all that she shared. And I'm going to put this onto our page as well, so you can go back and listen. But Marcia, share with them how they can get in touch with you as well, and how they can follow you and learn more.
Okay, no problem. So you can go on my website, purposelife246.com. On there you will see the different services that I offer for both under the personal finance space as well as business consulting. So I have two arms, so you can check that out, as well as some digital products that would have been created. And I recently launched my membership. So this is a baby for me. This is my financial wellness membership. So please feel free to join that, so that we can stay connected all through the year. And as a little free gift as well, you can get my Empower Your Money Guide, and that is also on my website at purposelife246.com. Once you go on there, the pop-up box, drop your name, drop your email address, and get that free gift sent directly to your inbox.
So awesome, Marcia. I want to thank you so much for your support and your willingness to partner with Bajan Fusion. And as people know, this is the beginning of this fitness party experience, but we're looking to build on this year in and year out. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your energy. I want to thank you for your expertise and all the valuable information that you shared here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Really was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
All right.